Today on Social Soul Setter, today we're going to be interviewing Uncle Willie. Uncle Willie, go ahead and introduce yourself, state your name.
Willie B. Smith, born and raised, Mississippi Delta, 9 miles from Clarksdale, 9 miles from Marks. On the farm, the county would be Quitman County, and that was started overnight.
Now we keep going. It's about where you're from. Tell us about being born. Tell us about being raised in Mississippi.
Well, being raised in Mississippi was like, you might call it, well, you know, it's Jim Crow, so it would be more or less as a kid. I was raised by my mother and grandmother. Up until the age of 13. When I got to 13, I was pretty much on my own.
Mm-hmm.
I started work at 6. Worked up until, in Mississippi, up until 13. I left Mississippi when I was 14. Went to Texas, picked cotton. 15 in Dallas, Texas, sitting on the streets, homeless. Came back to worked at Hotel Dallas for 2 months to get bus fare back home. I got back to Mississippi in September 1955. Same day they had Emmett Till funeral. I ain't ready for this date right now. I can't get it.
I know. I'm gonna keep asking you some questions about it so I can help you.
Yeah, I can't.
Tell me about the time that you told me that you almost was hung.
Huh?
Tell me about the time that you almost was hung by a bunch of white people.
Oh, that was when I was 16.
Mm-hmm.
That was in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Florida to do some work, working on the farms and things in Florida. You know, that was like all piecework, picking peas, corn, tomatoes, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we lived in the city. I had a room. The room was $1 a day. I had 14, 15 more boys with me.
Mm-hmm.
It was about 42 of us went down there on the truck. I was one of the only ones that had a room. And we found out that another spot away from this was in Belgrade, Florida. Another little town called Pehokee or someplace was paying more for piecework than they were paying in Belgrade, out from Belgrade rather. So me and 2 other boys, we left and went to try to get a better price for whatever we were doing. And when we got there, it didn't work out. So 3-4 days later, we came back to Belgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Before I got to leave, I ran across one of the boys who was from the city. We were all country boys stuck together, all the city boys stuck together from Clarksdale. We was out from the country. Casco Plantation, Sharecroppers. But anyway, I left this boy stay in my room because I didn't want to go and ask the landlady for my $1 back. So I told her that I was going to let this little boy stay in my room for the rest of the week, and he supposed to pay her And after we left and went to this other little town, and then the work and stuff didn't turn out like we thought it would, we came back about 3 days later, and he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my cousin and one more friend of ours, he came back with us, and we decided we gonna come back to my room. I come back to my room, and we decided we gonna go to bed. We were tired, and we had hobo back. But anyway, somebody knocked on the door, pecked on the door. We was in a long hallway this was in like it was like a new building, but it was built like a 2-story. It had a balcony and all that, but it was all rooms. Wasn't a hotel. And when I went to open the door, they kicked the door in on me. So one came in, a tall one came in with a 38, one fell down on his knee with a double-barrel shotgun. And my neighbor, I didn't have one number of my underwear because I was finna go to bed. The other 2 boys was already in the bed. Anyway, I asked them, they said, "Nigga, we've been looking for you for 3 days." I said, "What I supposed to do?" They said, "You know." And they had about 72, they said they had 72 more out there in the hallway. Polices, the mayor, police chief, all of them was out there in the hallway. And they had about 6 or 7 little boys with them. The little boys run from about 3 years old on up to about 8. They were dragging the rope.
Mm-hmm.
They said, "Nigga, do you know who we is?" No, they first said, "Do you know who you ever heard of the KKK?" I said, "No, sir." I heard of the 2 Ks, that was Kroger's and a grocery store I know in Clarkdale. I know who it was, but I told them I hadn't heard of them. But anyway, they said, "We ain't no goddamn Kroger's." We the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan. And we run everything from Mississippi. No, we run everything from here to the Mason-Dixie line. The Mason-Dixie line is in Cairo, Illinois. We run everything from here to Cairo, Illinois. Mm-hmm. And they said, we told the little boy, "So y'all ever seen a nigga dance?" They said, "No, sir, Papa, we ain't saw no nigga dance." They said, "Well, you finna see a nigga dance tonight." Told me, said, we got a tall tree and a short rope. Mm-hmm. One little white boy says, "Did y'all check the closet?" That little white boy that said that, he was the same age I was, about 16 years old. But he was in the Army or Navy or something. The first time I ever seen a bald-headed white boy. He had a little green cap snapped on his shoulder. He was from the Army or someplace. He said, "Did y'all look in the closet, check his shirts and stuff out?" Which I didn't have but one shirt. I had 2 shirts. The other boy didn't have none. They had everything they had it on. So all my little stuff was in a paper bag. So the little white boy said, "I'm gonna look in his closet." He looked in the closet and got my shirt, brought it back out and hold it up and showed it to him, said, "Y'all finna hang the wrong man." Said, "I know I can't stop y'all." Said, "But he ain't the one. Ain't nothing been torn off his shirt." I had a red and white shirt with dots in it from J.C. Penney. Mm-hmm. Paid $1.59 for it. The other boy, what I let stayed in my room while I was gone, he had a red and white shirt just like it from J.C. Penney. Mm-hmm. But one had triangle diamonds and the other one had diamonds, red and white diamonds in it. Right. But the shirt was my shirt, the pocket was still attached on it. They had the shirt for the boy that supposed to have raped the little white girl somewhere in Belgrade. I didn't know nothing about it, because It was 13 years later before I saw this boy that I let stay in my room, and I saw him in Chicago over here on 13th of St. Louis. 13 years later.
Mm-hmm.
They told me, say, you know what? You the luckiest nigga that ever shit between two shoes. And that was one incident.